Bet you can't guess where I am. Well, of course I am. I am at the Motorhome Caravan Show 2024 at the NEC. Now, I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to make this show, so I don't have much of a plan, and I'm just here for one day, so there's an awful lot to cram in. In my short visit, I'm going to try and cover as much as I can. I have a little bit of a list of some things that I am interested in, so let's get cracking. Sarah has an even more important job on her hands at the moment. She is at home looking after Dozer Bear while I sprint around the hall spending money. Now, we are in the market for a new tow car, and we're fairly certain that a pickup truck would be the ideal thing for us. It's a big market, there are lots to choose from, and certain manufacturers seem to dominate. However, Isuzu are here, and they've got 3 trucks on display, one of which has a fantastic roof tent and outdoor camping kind of setup, so I'm going to have a little look at that. Now, all right, this is not a caravan, it is not a motorhome, but we are really quite taken with the idea of getting out and about off-grid into other types of places. Now, this set up here for £36,000 in manual, £38,000 in auto, comes with all of this stuff. I'm assuming it's exactly what we see in the setup here. Now, isn't that fantastic? Look at that roof tent. Is there anywhere you couldn't go with this? Now, of course, I reckon these also make fantastic tow cars. I'll be really interested to hear some comments at the bottom of this video. If you have a pickup truck and you use it to tow your caravan, and indeed if you use it to do any other things like, you know, camping, off-roading, that kind of stuff, I'd love to hear your experiences of your particular four-wheel drive, your particular pickup truck, to help us decide. I'd like to introduce Coach Built, a company who design and create bespoke caravans and motorhomes for people with physical disabilities, and Chris showed me around one they had on display.
Okay, so this is our wheelchair accessible lift. So it stores in a cassette underneath, so it takes up no room inside, and it just simply drops to the floor using the control, and then wheelchair can wheel on and get in. If you want to step inside, and we'll take a look inside.
Let's go for it.
Wider door, and then usually you have like a lounge seat here, so all we do, we take a standard motorhome, make it wheelchair accessible. So we've cut this back, and in this instance we've built a little cupboard, so you still get storage, which makes it that bit more wheelchair accessible. You have wheelchair restraints on the floor here, so a person in a wheelchair can travel, they don't have to transfer. Access to the front seats if wanting to transfer as well. 2 travel seats, pretty much as standard as you get from Swift. If we can avoid adapting it where possible, we'll always try and do that.
That helps keep the cost down in terms of changes and adaptations if you can retain 100%. As much standard as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Drop down bed, double bed. Now we can set this a lot lower than it usually comes. So again, if somebody's in a wheelchair, you might find it's easier to transfer if it's set a lot lower. So we can do that. We can set it a lot lower as well to transfer onto. If we can cut this, on occasions we can cut this back to allow larger wheelchairs to come through. And in this model, we've smaller bathroom we've picked up, and then we just open this up into a wet room at the back, and then it's just a large wet room floor. Shutter door, a shower curtain will come round and protect the bed, but you've got this large open space to transfer from wheelchair, maybe to shower chair, to toilet, and you can do everything from one seated position, and gain access to the sink there as well. Bed setup, this in this particular layout is a fixed single bed. It profiles and it height adjusts as well, so again, height adjustable to help with transferring. If it's easy to come down, you can do that. And then there's just a board here that makes up into a double bed, so person in the wheelchair can transfer into that bed, and then their partner can drop down their side as well. Other options are a ceiling track hoist that you can use that can transfer you onto the bed, onto the toilet, maybe into the seating area as well. So there's lots of other adaptations. If you wanted to drive from motorhome and hand controls, we fit all those as well. So
And so working with a client, you understand what the adaptations are needed for that specific client to make this an accessible leisure activity.
That's it. Yeah. So everything, we listen to the customer, so everything is bespoke built, so we very rarely build two the same. It's very difficult to do that, so we're very much led by the client and what they want and what they want us to build, and we can go from there.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem.
There's a huge selection of camper vans here, and actually, you know what, I think the huge appeal of something like this, I mean, tell me if you own one, is the fact that you can kind of use these as more of a daily car, as well as the ability to get out and go camping and get wherever you want to go. There is definitely a market for these kind of really robust, tough, off-grid, off-road vehicles, isn't there? One of the channels that we really enjoy watching, called Living the Van Life, a guy called Chad, makes absolutely incredible videos. We'll link him below. He's got a very similar thing, and he has taken it everywhere. Okay, well, I am going to see if I can get a go in one of these D-Max trucks, the Isuzu D-Max, towing a caravan with the Caravan and Motorhome Club and Isuzu. So I'm going to go in and have a look, see if we can book up and see what they've got.
Have you driven autos before?
Yes.
Brilliant. Start button. Have you towed before?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, I've got an Ariba. Oh,
yeah.
Lovely.
So if you steer out slightly, go round this caravan to the junction, and we're going to be turning right.
Okay. It's good it's not tipping down with rain today.
Right, while we're on site, it's 15 mile an hour speed limit.
1.5.
Yep. And so you know how to tow, you've done it before.
Yeah.
But just for clarity, left hand bends slightly over to the right, right hand slightly over to the left.
No worries.
And we'll have a nice run round.
Yeah.
So if you've come to primarily drive this, then soak it up.
Yeah,
enjoy
absolutely. Yeah, it's a nice ride height, actually, isn't it?
It is a nice ride height, yeah. And
Road's
it pulls
going
well. It pulls 3.5 ton apparently. Roundabout, we're going to be turning right. Now, because it's busy, you may have to be a little bit assertive.
Yeah, no worries.
And I've got a saying: we can be assertive but not aggressive.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, own the road.
Which you can do now because they're blocking it.
Yeah, lovely job. Yeah.
We're moving over to the left lane.
Okay.
Perfect. You'll get a chance in a minute to get some pickup on it.
Yeah, no worries. Feels nice and smooth though.
Oh, it is smooth.
Yeah.
The caravan could do with a bit more weight in it.
Right.
Because it's bouncing a bit.
Yeah.
Next roundabout, left-hand lane, but straight across, second exit.
Okay.
Now you can open her up a little bit.
Okay.
Feel her. We've got, this is a 50 limit up here. Away from that bus. Now then, we're going to bear left into the lay-by.
Yep.
But we want to be over to the right-hand side.
Okay.
Behind that caravan.
Right. Well, that was an unexpected treat, especially as we are in the market for a new tow car. And you know, if you just went and test drove a pickup truck, you can hardly say, can I bring my caravan, pop it on the back so I can see what it's like towing? But having that experience there so you can use the pickup truck and tow the caravan, absolutely fantastic. And my co-driver, Graham, super chilled, really, really great experience. So if you are maybe new to towing, you're coming here and this is kind of your exploration into getting a caravan and towing a caravan, I think that is a really good thing to try out. So I've just popped onto the Swift stand and I've got to say, I like the new colour scheme for the base camp. This sort of teal blue is really smart, and I'm always quite taken with the base camp. I kind of like that rugged, outdoor, lifestyle kind of feel that it has. Anyone who has a base camp would love to hear your comments below about how you find touring with it, how you find towing with it, and how you find kind of that sort of outdoor lifestyle. Obviously very unique in the fact that they have the door at the back and therefore the awning at the back. So that is very, very different. If you're in the market for a small caravan that's easy to park, easy to handle, probably even fits in your garage, check out these. Aren't they cool? Now, they got 3 on display here. The Mini Freestar by Triango. You've got a Sport Edition. You got this one here, and you've got the Mini 270. Let's have a quick look at this one though, because this one, as well as being super compact, lovely, and it sounds strange to say, but it feels spacious in here. It's obviously got a pop top, but this also has a very niftily designed toilet and washroom area with a curtain that pulls around. Isn't this absolutely adorable? Now, if you seriously have perhaps a small tow car and you don't want to upgrade your car, you want to be able to put it in a small space, perhaps on your driveway, probably even goes in your garage, as I say, this is a great option. Let's have a look at the specs. So there's the dimensions. And only 750 kilos, and this is a 3-berth model. This is super cool. Just talking to a super helpful chap on the stand here, and he explained why it feels much more spacious than you would imagine from the outside. It's actually the same dimensions, believe it or not, as a GoPod, but it doesn't have a sloped kind of style to it. It's a more boxy body, so inside you get more headroom and more width as well. This I am very taken with. Been looking at these sunshine type awnings for a little while now.
Thank you.
Interested to know if anyone has one of these and whether they find it's useful over and above having a standard awning, because our Rally Pro awning is really straightforward to put up. Doesn't take very much time, just that sometimes it just feels like a little bit of overkill on a short trip, whereas that, is it appreciably easier to put up and therefore worth buying? I'd love your opinions. I did have a look at some other awnings while I was at the show, but not in sufficient enough detail to cover in this video. However, I would recommend a look at one of Dan Trudgeon's videos from the show, where we get a great look at the new Telter awning for 2025. Okay, I've broken the seal. First purchase of the day is a new TomTom camper sat-nav, and been wanting one of these for a little while. While I think we're fairly good at route planning, sometimes things don't go your way and you don't want to end up on one of those B roads, twisty turny B roads, meeting lots of other traffic and struggling to get your caravan through. So this was good from Car Electronics at a price of $299. I was also looking at their towing cameras, so the cameras that face out the back of your caravan. Some really good advice actually. This was a wired system, and talked to him at good length about the pros and cons of wired versus non-wired, and I think the jury is in. Wired is by far the most reliable way to do it, so just need to research that a little bit more before I take the plunge and spend that kind of money. I really like the branding of Yeti equipment, you know, and I don't know why, it just makes me feel like I need a giant Yeti cool box. Obviously, I don't think I do, but I just like them. You would have to save off a few pennies to buy a classic American Airstream, but my goodness, these are absolutely to die for. Do you think if we dropped 100 grand, they'd throw in the Flamingo? I'd hope so. Speaking of iconic caravans, there's some Arribas, and I've towed an Arriba. I just towed one. Didn't know it was there. That D-Max was awesome. But also love the style of Arriba caravans as well. Something about them, isn't there? Do you own an Arriba? If you own an Arriba, leave us a comment and let us know what it's like to own an Arriba, because I get a feeling that when you have one, you love one, and you're an Arriba person for life. Is that true? Now this one, the Touring 620 Legend, is popular. I can't get inside there, but can you see, not only does it have a pop top, it also has another bed in the pop top. How smart is that? I love the colour scheme on this one. Again, that teal blue. I've seen that teal blue on the new Swift Base Camp. Obviously this is nothing like a Swift Base Camp. Beautiful tail lights. Look at that lovely styling on the Touring decal on the back. Gorgeous. Oh, love it. So inside, oh, you got some more of this gorgeous colour inside as well. Super stylish little bathroom. Love this. Oh, it feels so nice in here. Look at this for a gorgeous little lounge area. No fixed bed, but you've got, perhaps that's a single bed up there. This would turn into a very good sized double bed. And of course you've got the pop top up there as well. This is another beast of a thing, the Heimer Venture S. Now check this out. Have you ever seen this before? This has a deck. It has an outside deck. Check it out. And not only that, I don't know if you can kind of get the scale of things here. This thing is enormous. And that pop-up roof, it's about the height of a penthouse. This is colossal. And again, I imagine it could go anywhere. It's got go anywhere wheels on it. Look. Roof tents are becoming really popular, aren't they? And I can kind of see why. It's a nice appeal to be able to sleep up on top of your vehicle instead of on the ground. These look interesting. Sky Pod. They look really cosy. Oh, nice little. Ooh, that's a nice, dense, firm mattress. Actually, I like that. There's also plenty of room to kind of. You can't stand up in there, but you could sit up and sort of stand and crouch quite comfortably in there. Certainly enough to get dressed in comfort anyway. I love the name of this one, the Sky Pod Lair. Got a show price of £1,895, £279 for an annex as well. And do you know what I like about this one? It has a bit of an overhang at the top so that you could have your door open even if it was sort of, I suppose, drizzling with light rain. You're going to be well protected. Looks really spacious. Again, this one has another nice firm mattress. Really robust looking ladder. Varying heights depending on your vehicle. Very nifty. Oh, and look, a boot bag. All collapses down into this hard case as well, which is very solid indeed. So I think that's kind of a good thing. Hard base, hard top, keeps it nice and protected. This one doesn't have a hard top, that's more of a folding kind of temp material type thing. But yeah, really taken with the Sky Pod Lair. That on top of a nice pickup truck, what do you reckon? Now, at the risk of talking for too long about rooftop tents, because I quite like them, I'm just going to show you one more, because this is very interesting, by Dometic, and it is an air-beam inflatable roof tent. So I think that's probably a really good idea, because doesn't that save on weight on the top of your car if you've got no metal framework? Inflatable, that's where it's at, baby. Looks really spacious. The mattress is not quite as comfy as the other one I looked at, but this particular one has got a little bit of added space in the shape of an annex, which is fantastic if you want to be able to sit out there under cover or even get dressed in the morning. You've got a space to do that. Really like that. Just been onto the Swift stand and finally found one of the crew from Sussex Caravans. I found Lorna, and it was so lovely to see her, and quite weird, like totally out of context. Of course, we've seen her loads at the Sussex Caravan branch, but to see her all the way up here in Birmingham was a real treat. And this is not a sponsored video in any way. We adore Sussex Caravans. If you're in the market for a caravan and you live in one of their areas in Sussex or in Kent, please go and see them. They are absolutely lovely. There is never any pressured sales or anything like that. They're a super bunch. Now, of course, both the Caravan and Motorhome Club and the Camping and Caravaning Club both have stands here. And if you come and join the Caravan and Motorhome Club at the show, if you're not already a member, you get 2 free nights, which is not to be sniffed at. I really like the fake grass on the floor of the Camping and Caravaning Club. Makes you feel like you're camping. Well, I have about come to the end of my day here at the NEC, and I've had a fantastic day. The video is going to feel slightly different. As I said earlier, didn't really have much of a plan. I've just been kind of wandering around the halls. I've covered the entire length of the show several times. I've done about 18,000 steps according to my watch, and I've had a really great day. The choice on offer in terms of caravans and motorhomes is immense, and if you are in the market for a new one, this is definitely the place to come, because I don't think anywhere else you can see this kind of variety and talk to the experts in such an accessible way. I think one of the takeaways I have is that there don't seem to be as many accessories and cool gadgets to look at, but that might just be my imagination. That said, I don't think I'm disappointed with my visit. I've got a couple of goodies in my bag, and overall I'm really happy. Getting to drive the D-Max was a real treat. I enjoyed that a lot, and that gives me some food for thought in terms of tow car choice. Having mentioned tow car choices, please do feel free to flood the comment section with thoughts on that and any of the other questions that I raised during the video. We always love to hear your thoughts, and love to reply to all of the comments that we get. So meanwhile, I am going to say thanks so much for watching. We always appreciate your support, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.